Hello everybody, it's me, Spartacus, here with another tank review video. Today we are doing the SSmodels Chi-Ha long gun. Like the previous couple of videos, there's no actual box art, it's just like the logo. Yeah, I guess that's where you can check out their website. But, yep, here is the instruction kind of looking thing. Let's see. It's literally half a piece of paper. It really doesn't even qualify as instructions, but you know, it's something. Okay, cool. Yeah, so unlike, I think the M2 came in a box like this, but the Chi-Ha and the M41.90 something 75 thing came in a cooler, like, you know, like slide open, lift up box, you know. So we get this nice piece of foam, pretty cool. More bubble wrap. So, like previously, I will show you what the trees or sprues look like before I removed all the the supporting plastic. So yeah, and then I'll cut to whenever after I've removed all the stuff is. So here we have some mufflers. I think those are going to be the transmission like hatches for like the final drives. You got some stuff for the plates. I don't really know. I don't know if those lines are supposed to be there or those are just like layer lines that need to be like sanded off. We got return rollers, some spare tracks. I think those are like tiny machine gun ports. Yeah, pretty cool. Can't really see the underside. This is cool. Nice pattern there. All right. Next up, we have nothing. Let me see. Let's open this. What is it? Oh, this has tape on it, so I will cut to take the tape off. Okay, here is the thing unwrapped from its tape. Let's see what this is. This is the gun breech and recoil system. It looks pretty neat. Yeah, can't wait to de-sprue all of that because the hopefully it's not as bad as the M41 because that's gun breech. And the gun shield was a nightmare to do that, and until technically haven't done it yet. Yeah, next, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the whole, it's got tape again, so cut. Okay, that is now untaped. Let us unravel this. Alrighty. We have ourselves the barrel and the, that fell off the ground. We have ourselves the barrel and the lower hole. It's kind of worrying that this is so warped like that, but looks like the print itself isn't too bad. Ooh, look at those grades. Nice. That is a lot of supports in a one concentrated area. At least they're not connected to the top of the hole. Alrighty. So next we have is this more tape, cut once again to get this stuff off. Okay, tape is now off again. Now we must unwrap this. This is kind of interesting how it did this. Ooh, okay. Ah, you can look at that. There is definitely some uncured resin, so be sure to wash or handle these with care. Wash it before you do that. Looks like the print is there. It's just there's some excess that hasn't been washed off yet. So I'm not really sure how you get that off. Maybe just like some soap and water. I don't know if you should really be flushing that down into your drains, but yeah, pretty cool. Here's the all that. So, yep, let us now, I don't think there's anything else in the box. Let us remove the sprues, maybe wash that off a little bit, and we get to see the parts in more detail. Okay, guys, we have cleared all the sprues, 3D print supports off the parts. So, I guess starting off here, we'll look at the suspension. Here we have the idler wheel. I don't know if I can get this in the light for you. You got the idler wheel. Pretty neat. There's only a few bits right there, but if you just glue it on like where the hole is over here and this is the back, you won't be able to see that, but that's fine. Yeah, here we have the other one. Kind of see, because I washed this recently because I kind of test fit it and it kind of got stuck, so I needed to heat it up with some warm water so it would come off easier. But yeah, you can kind of see there are layer lines, but with just like some like thick primer and maybe some putty, you'll be able to hide that pretty well. Here we have the suspension buggy with the spring thing, and there's a road wheel. It's all one piece. I will say when I tried to put this on, these two rods were a little bit too long, so I had to trim that down. But yeah, so we could basically just get, it's the same for all this. I think the back, these poles are supposed to be like horizontal instead of vertical, you know, it'd be like that instead of like this, but you know. So same for those two. Let's see, let's show you. Got our outer return roller, 2 wheels. Pretty nice detailing on there. This requires some sanding on the things to get rid of the layers, but that's fine. Usually goes for all of them. We have the inner return roller, kind of like that. Same thing with the sanding, but yeah. Okay, so that's all of the suspension out of the way. Here we have some spare track. I don't know if you can't really see there. Neat. Here we have the maintenance hatch. They have a weird way of attaching where they have like a chunk of the hole where there's like a slot that it slides into, so that's definitely going to need to require some filling there. But yeah, there's also, I don't think you're going to be able to model this open, but they do have a little bit of detail there, but you probably won't do it like that. So yeah, same thing on the other side. I think it's just mirrored. Yeah, so here we have ourselves the jack. It's kind of built in to this like casing. I don't know where exactly this goes on the model, but it's nice that it's there. Here we have, I was wrong about it being like the muzzle brake for a machine gun. It is some sort of pulley system, and you can kind of see I broke this little like rotator thingy. I forgot what's it called. It's not a faucet, but like, you know, something, the thing that you turn to like do stuff. But yeah, I broke that off, so be careful. Yeah, it's that. Here we have I believe this is a tail light. There's still some supports on there, but yeah, I like how they have more small pieces on here, so it's more construction, but it's also more tedious to clean up. But yeah, it's the main front headlight. Pretty neat. Here we have, let's see, we got ourselves a little tow hook there. Cool. Got another one of those, and let's let us look at our mufflers. So there's some holes here, there. The hole's not as much, so you might have to drill that out with a Dremel, perhaps. You kind of see the lines there. Underside, you can see all the pits from the where the connections are. There's no exhaust hole, so you might have to take like a hobby knife and carve that out. Here we have I believe this is an ammunition box. It goes right on the back of the tank. Ooh, No depth perception, goes right on the back of the tank right there. But yeah, see that? There's the underside. Yeah, like there. It's more pitting that you have to fill. I think night shift uses super glue to fill them, but I think that pretty works well. I haven't really tried the super glue technique, but I'll trust his insight and that super glue works. So yeah, here we have some engine deck panels. I know these lines aren't supposed to be here, so that's something to be sanded off. I don't know why they didn't plant this completely horizontal, so they didn't have to use the lines for that. But again, it has that little lip for the inner hole where it can be glued in. I feel like they should just have the hinge and not this little plate for like bigger plates like this, but that's all right. Here's the underside. There's some attachment points that are pretty easy to break off because I know I broke off this part right there on the second part. So be careful again when you're taking these off the sprues. So all those pits again. It's gonna be a lot of sanding. I'm not exactly sure if this thickness is correct. Probably not. So if you want, you could try and thin this out using like a file or sandpaper. Just be careful to wear a mask because the resin dust is very fine and it can get in your lungs and cause like cancer and stuff. So be careful with that. So here, looking at the gun, we have the barrel. I don't know how exactly. There's no rifling detail, which is kind of sad. I'm not exactly sure if this gun had rifling, but pretty sure. I don't know. I know there's this bore should have go all the way through. I just don't. So I know earlier I saw like a light. Let me see. Can I point at a light? Yeah, there's water in there right now, so you can't see it. Maybe if I pointed at like a light, that you would be able to see it. You kind of see it. Yeah, there's water in there. That's fine. Let's zoom out. Okay, so here, my phone ran out of storage, so I had to restart. So here we have the gun cradle. Yeah, there's some stuff we needed there to stand. Yeah, honestly, it's a lot less of a pain than the Semovente M41 because this doesn't have a gun shield that's like vertical and you have to get rid of all the interior supports, which is, I mean, there's kind of something like there in the middle, but it's not as hard. Also, another cool thing is that like the polystyrene kits, it has like a locking mechanism where the gun can stay on but still rotate. You can kind of see there, but the thing is a bit too, the radius is too small, so it kind of like shakes around. If I demonstrate like that, it's not very stable on. Maybe I'll add a magnet to keep it, or maybe I'll just like increase the radius. I don't know, but that's one thing to keep in mind. So yeah, let's see if we can get more detail there. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Yep, there's just one seat for the gunner, I guess. So that's all that. Now onto the actual hole. So it is still wet for me washing it. So yeah. Oh yeah, another thing for those, soap and water does wash that excess like resin off. So there's more pitting there that we need to fill. I would say this is actually the best fitting suspension that I've tried on here, because these holes right there that fit for the return rollers and that they use, it fits pretty tight, but like it slides in. You don't have to stretch the track, like the track doesn't break. So like I did for my Rogo build. Actually, I don't think I showed that, but yeah. There's that. Here's the underside. Nothing. Just need some sanding, so get rid of the lines. But yep. Now into the final bits. We have our tracks. See on the back side, there's that. There's a little keying there. Keying, sorry. I don't know how to show this better. Some nice detail on the tracks. there. That. Same thing on the other side. Now onto the instructions. It's type 98. What am I talking about? Type 97. This picture. Step 1. It's all the stuff. It's really hard to see where it actually goes, but you know. Step 2. Tracks. Oh, so that's where the jack goes. Step 3. That's also 2. I'm missing. Wait, no. It's missing a 3. Anyways, yep, and 4. That's all the instructions you get. They should really print this on a larger piece of paper, but yeah, looking at when compared to all the other 3D printed models I have purchased from them, this looks probably like one of the better ones. You can see how the fenders aren't mega thick like they were on the Rogue Go and the M2 Medium. So yeah, I guess this is the end of the review. Thank you for watching, and I hope you learned some, I don't know, made your decision on whether if you want to get this or not. But yep, thanks for watching. See you again next time. Goodbye.